y'all, welcome back. For today's video, I have another top 10 video, and for today's top 10 video, I have my top 10 TV shows. So for the top 3, I made a cute little edit, but for the other ones, I am just going to give a little blurb on the show, so I hope you enjoy, and let's continue on. Okay, for number 10, I have Teen Wolf, and Teen Wolf is basically mostly to do with like this guy who becomes a wolf and he has to try and fit in, but then he ends up discovering that a whole bunch of his friends in high school also are some supernatural creature, and then he just has to fight off and battle different bad guys. It's very interesting, and it lasted I think it like 5 seasons, so yeah, pretty good show. So at number 9 is The Fosters, and The Fosters is basically about this girl and her brother who are in the foster care system, but this girl gets into a little bit of trouble, so then she gets housed by and taken in by these 2 ladies who are a couple, and they basically like have adopted and fostered in the past, so they like take in these 2, and then basically they just grow as a family and take on different life challenges together. So for my number 8 is Grimm, and Grimm is about this guy who has this superpower to be able to see mythological creatures, and basically he also is a cop, and so he has to try and fight off and make sure that the peace and like these creatures aren't overtaking the like world and keeping things safe. And he also has like these friends that some of them are just human and some of them are also mythical, so he like uses it to help him in defeating these enemies. At number 7 is Glee, and Glee is about this group of high school students who have created this singing club, and basically they are like working with each other to be like compete against other groups. Also like sometimes there's like some feuds within the group and like other high school challenges as well. And then also as well, this goes to season 7, so you do kind of see a little bit of the adulthood too. So for number 6 is Gilmore Girls, and Gilmore Girls is about this mom who had her daughter when she was a teen, and now her daughter is a teen when the show starts, and so they're kind of like together, like they're really really close, and they live in this small town, but then they still go through like challenges, and also like this girl is in high school and then she even goes to college on the show, and it's just like this a lot of challenges and different things you can see, and it is very intriguing and so much fun to watch. At number 5 is Gossip Girl, and Gossip Girl basically starts off being like this group of high class kids who are very rich, and they go to private school, and so each of these like different kids all live like different lives, and they are going through like challenges in this high sorority like life, and they go from high school to college. It's a lot of fun to watch. So for my number 4 is the One Chicago franchise, which includes Chicago PD, Chicago Fire, and Chicago Med. But I don't really too much watch Chicago Med, only when there's really like crossovers, and sometimes Chicago Med does play a little bit of a role in the other like Chicago PD and Chicago Fire, even outside of like crossover. But mainly it's just like for PD it's like police group, and then fire as well, like their fire department, so they're fighting off fires. PD's fighting off crime, and Med's obviously medical, so it's like a very like realistic show, but it also has drama stuff as well to it.
I'm Elena.
I'm Stefan. You must be Elena. I'm Damon. Always and forever.
Always and forever. At number 3 is the Vampire Diaries, the originals, and Legacies being the newest one. It's basically like in the Vampire Diaries, there's like a bunch of teens who become vampires or were already vampires, and the originals are like the oldest vampire group. And then as well, Legacies, there's like a mix between like the kids, which are like vampires, witches, wolves, and they basically just fight off enemies. Very cool to watch, and lots of different stories.
Where's Allie? Please open the door. You can't leave me here. I'm begging you. Please.
Oh my god. It's really gotten due. I'm still here, bitches. And I know everything. Hey.
So PLL is this group of high school girls who end up getting into some trouble. First being that their friend goes missing, and then they keep getting these like texts, and this person keeps tormenting them, and like the person keeps changing, or they think they don't know who it is, and they're running around and trying to figure out what is going on and who is trying to harass them. So for the highlights, this is revenge. Revenge is basically, speaks for itself. This girl wants revenge on this rich family who she thinks was the reason for her father's death. And so basically this show basically goes on and gives that storyline. So the next is Riverdale, and Riverdale is basically off the Archie comics, and so these group of teens are working together to keep peace and fight off any like challenges. So this next one is You, and it's a Netflix thriller series, and basically this guy is really creepy and he does whatever he feels like is necessary to get what he wants. So for the last highlight, it is 13 Reasons Why. 13 Reasons Why is this girl who had committed suicide, and basically they're trying to figure out what happened and why, and these group of teens are just like all like different groups in high school, so they're like it's a challenge to try and figure it out. And then past that there's also like a season where this guy gets murdered, and then they're trying to figure out what happened. So lots of like mysteries and lots of like discovering as high schoolers.
Each of you comes here today hopeful, wanting in on the game. A month ago, you were in med school being taught by doctors. Today, you are the doctors. The 7 years you spend here as a surgical resident will be the best and worst of your life. You will be pushed to the breaking point.
You have to do this. You have to do this for me, or I'll never be able to forgive you.
Maybe she's nice. Let me guess, you're the model. Hi, I'm Isabel Stevens, but everyone calls me Izzy.
Look around you. Say hello to your competition.
Got a sense of irony.
Only when things are really ironic.
8 of you will switch to an easier specialty. 5 of you will crack under the pressure. 2 of you will be asked to leave. This is your starting line. This is your arena. How well you play, that's up to you.
When you walk into a room to tell someone that their loved one has died, it's more than just a list of bullet points you've memorized. Yours is the face they will remember for the rest of their life.
The Harper Avery for Surgical Innovation goes to Dr. Meredith Gregg.
Why do we even try? When the barriers are so high and the odds are so low. Why don't we just pack it in and go home? It'd be so much easier. It's because in the end, there's no glory in easy.
By telling death to screw himself, that is the battle. And it is the only battle worth fighting. You should be on a high right now. And you should be chasing that high for the rest of your life. You defeated death. Your mortals cannot do that. Only we can.
No one remembers easy.
Only superheroes.
They remember the blood, and the bones, and the long, agonizing fight to the top.
Only freaking superheroes.
And that is how you become legendary.
So for my top number 1 show is Grey's Anatomy, which is a medical show. So basically these surgeons who start as interns and then go to become residents and then become attendees, like all go through like these different challenges, not only in their work but also in their personal life. And also there's different like medical cases that come in, and some of them are very like high class and very interesting. And this has now reached season 17, so it's very long time and very well recognized show. That's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Have a happy New Year's Eve and day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!